Here it is. So one of these was like the psychology of Gen Z or just kids growing up. So it focused on the root of all the different things that people are not talking about. They literally just putting everybody in the box. Oh, you Gen Z, yada yada. It's going to be this and that. And I definitely liked a little bit of what I heard. I didn't hear the whole thing, but I thought it was pretty cool.
I have a lot of opinions about Gen Z in the workplace, but I don't have opinions. I have a master's degree in industrial organizational psychology. Gen Z is not the fucking problem. Livable wage is the fucking problem. Fucking having paid leave is the problem. Unrealistic schedules is the problem. There are so many problems that are not based in the individual. We have a systemic issue from the rooter to the motherfucking tutor. Okay? Parents can't support their kids in their most critical stages of early development because they are forced into working multiple jobs. The parents who can, the affluent parents who have all the resources, their kids do fine. Then we get into the school and the teachers are being forced into standardized test rituals that do not actually support responsive, culturally competent curriculum. So what does that do? That further stunts the students' growth.
We got to pause right there because she said a lot. I've said many times that I don't like that school is literally the same thing as when we went through school. It's kind of different. They're not using books no more. They're using Chromebooks, and it's really stupid. But relegating kids to learning in one way does not help them when it comes to the workforce. So I think we all got out of school by the time they started making everyone do like the common math, and you got to do the Punnett squares to get your, because they want everybody to do it the right way, and forcing teachers say, hey, make them do it this way, not, hey, as long as you show your work, I don't care how you got the answer. That was a big thing for us. I think it's the reason why we are still good critical thinkers, because we were allowed to solve a problem multiple ways.
Mm-hmm.
These kids aren't. And I think in the beginning, she also brought up like, hey, livable wage. Some of these parents, they have kids that they can't even really look into because they got to work these dead end jobs.
Or
And
the
so they can't,
hours
yeah.
conflict with pickup, drop off.
So the kids are already behind, which I noticed to be true. Like as a parent, I already know most parents don't have the luxury of really sitting back and saying, you know what, my kids should be doing, X more of this at a certain age or not. Let me go take them to this specialist or look into this or that, see what's going on with their milestones. A lot of parents don't have that luxury because they got 2 and 3, 4 kids. They working 2 jobs. They coming home. By the time they come home or whatever,
It's time to reset the household and get the kids ready for tomorrow.
bath, dinner,
Yeah.
try to
It,
help with
it doesn't
homework.
it doesn't leave don't have a commute. You get
Yeah,
off at 5, don't have a commute, that's an hour.
yeah,
You gotta get home, you gotta be affectionate and how was your day and all that good stuff.
yeah,
And then you gotta go into the routine stuff. It's not enough time in the day.
yeah. And not leaving out the fact that a lot of them, if we even go back down, 2 things people say, well, you shouldn't have had so many kids, which I agree. A lot of people don't plan for kids, but I don't think it should be to the point where you got to work yourself to the bone and take care of kids, because we know 15, 20 years ago, you could have a decent career
And
and
raise a
still be there
family.
for your kids
Yeah.
and have vacations and do all this other stuff. So I don't even think, I think it's just to where corporate greed is the price of simple things. They building these homes real fast. They not even good homes. You got all these other things going on, and now you are trying to not pay people their worth. So now they got to double up. And we also know, we're not going to get into too much things, but we know the issues that she's speaking of is much worse in a single parent household than a 2-parent household. And so that's what another, deviation that happens to some of these kids of why different things or certain things aren't being caught. Because at least if you got 2 parents, well, one parent may not catch this, other person may see this. Or you talk about, when we were talking about, I think we're talking about this off the mic, talking about spouses and different like childhoods and different ways that they're brought up, how that can also possibly help out, where like you experience one thing through childhood with schooling and different things and activities and vice versa. So now you can spot out different things or say, oh, this child may need this or this child may need that. So I think it's a lot of different things. But so like she's on the money, but let's see what else she got to say.
Then they get into high school and they're already kind of fucked, if we're being honest, and the teachers and the parents can't do anything. It's too late now. They've already not formed the cognitive processes and develop and hit the developmental milestones necessary to be these people that you want them to be. And then on top of that, a lot of them are having more good sense. They're seeing what's happening to their parents, they're seeing what's happening to their teachers, they're seeing what's happening to their aunties, their uncles, and even their motherfucking friends, and they are realizing realizing that all this shit is fucking fake and made up, and the only thing that's gonna make them believe in it again is actually having something to live for. Y'all not, this society is not giving people anything to fucking live for, and all of y'all getting on here thinking that you know the answer. You don't know shit. None of y'all know shit.
Now, I don't really know if her credentials are valid because everybody say they do something on social media. There is an answer, but like I said, it starts much younger. Or if you, there are certain kids that are going to succeed no matter what. And it's not, and I'm pretty sure if I was like a high school counselor or something and I went and did the knowledge of the science behind how they're tracking, what kids will be successful by like fifth grade to, I think they use standardized test scores to figure out who's going to be successful, who's going to end up in jail and all this other stuff. So all that stuff is there. Those standardized test scores, all that stuff is BS. It's not really teaching a lot. Like some kids good at test taking, some not.
School is really just for parents to be able to go to work. That's it. It's somewhere for the kids to go while the parents are at work. That's literally
I think that, but I think also it's also for a lot of indoctrinators. I'm getting tongue tied. Indoctrination. There we go. Indoctrination to assimilate to the workforce when you get older. So when you think about, I worked retail. When I worked at Target, 8 hour. If you get a 8 hour shift, you get 2 15-minute breaks. You get a 30-minute, 45-minute lunch. This is gonna be your job. This is what you do. No doing this, and this. You must do this while you're at work. Like any other job, right? But certain jobs like that, it's literally similar to school. You don't really have a lot of flexibility. There's not a lot of stuff you can do to change your outcome or what you get paid and all this other stuff. So those jobs are like that. I think one of the things that we focus on now with the kids is, I think this is why in schools career day is so important for sometimes for kids to understand, hey, I can do that. Oh, like so and so dad is a lawyer or mom is what's the thing called when you I know the name, but it's when you stick people, anesthesiologists. There you go. They're anesthesiologists. Oh, they are the mayor, the fire chief, whatever it is, right? All these different jobs. That's when you come in and now you kind of expose a kid. But the only flip side is that works only until they get home. If you've ever seen the story of Matilda, that's a fairy tale, but that's what a lot of kids going through, except 10 times worse.
Yeah, agreed.
So that's where it's at. And that's not just a Gen Z thing. There's a lot of kids that came through there like that. You have kids who all they want to do is probably grow up and be a manager at McDonald's. Or, I'm going to just do what my family do. I'm going to just go and get on assistance. I'm going to get assistance. I'm going to get EBT. I'm going to get whatever, all them other things to ask you about sometimes in no workforce surveys. And, we're going to get the new J's and we're going to be fresh at school. That's a reality for a lot of people. And some people don't understand that when they talk about, if they say like black people are doing like the victim Olympics or all these other things. And I'm like, yeah, but in some cases, a lot of people, they just, once your mind is already a certain way, it's just tough. That's why Dr. Umar say, hey, I ain't gonna be able to psychologize all of y'all. Some of y'all gotta go away for good. I might try to put that right there because that part is hilarious to me when he say that. And I think we had one more because now that was going in, I think somebody was going into more detail about it.